What's going on, everybody? It's Chris Classic, dropping a new video today. Make sure you subscribe to the Take It Home Podcast channel. Also to subscribe to the C3 Wrestling channel. I just dropped all the content from Highway to Sell that happened March 13th. And I'm going to start promoting the June 12th show, Guys and Gals, the Intergender Wrestling Show, real soon. I just want to do just random thoughts about like what's going on and what's happening with the wrestling world. I don't have no script today. I didn't write nothing today, so I'm just going off of the dome, basically, freestyle. The first thing I did want to talk about, the Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker match, the no DQ, and what I thought about it and what it meant for women's wrestling. Did I like it? Yes. Did I enjoy it? Yes. Will it probably be in my top 5 women's matches? No. Like I said, we've seen a lot of no DQ women matches, but the way they did it, it was very different, and I give respect and kudos to both of them. But in my opinion, I do think that the fact that it was different is what made people enjoy it. I mean, we saw blood, and when I say blood, I mean blood. It was like oozing to the point that they made a shirt for Britt Baker that you can buy. Yeah, it was gruesome at points. It was awesome. It was something that I think a lot of people didn't expect to see with women wrestling. But yeah, I think it was a great match. It's not in my personal top 5. I'll do a top 5 list soon. Man, the internet was on fire. Facebook, everything was on fire about this match, and it was like, it was just different. It's just like when you have a wrestling character come in and they become different, especially on the independent scene. A lot of people start booking that because that's what people are wanting to see, or they want to draw. They know that they're going to talk about it. When you have like a wrestler like Orange Cassidy, who's just a chillax guy, hands in the pockets, working slow and everything like that, then he heats up, he gets popular, and people talk about that, and that helps them. Now with Britt and Thunder, you know, the sky's the limit. You know, I think that I could see a bright future for both of them in the company or even in wrestling in general. But like I said, it was a very good match. A lot of people were saying that it was better than Bayley and Sasha at NXT TakeOvers. Stop lying. But yeah, it was a good match. What it means for women wrestling, it does show that women can do great things with these kind of matches. I mean, I don't think the world is really accustomed or ready for these kind of matches for women with blood and things like that. I know Jim Cornette touched on that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this should be a wake-up call for the guys who are going to do this. And while we're talking about these no DQ matches, I really do think that a lot of, especially AEW, need to slow it down with them. Like, Jesus Christ, like how many no DQ Falls Count Anywhere matches are we going to have, man? Like, I will say I did like that they didn't go into the back and they wasn't power driving each other on tables, or they wasn't spearing each other off of scaffolds, and they didn't use the stadium. But man, how many matches like this are you gonna have? What's the next topic? WWE with the hearing the rumor of them fining people for thigh slaps. I think that just shows you how absurd those thigh slaps are. Now look, Shawn Michaels was doing Sweet Chin Music. He wasn't slapping his thigh, but when people were excited to see it because we knew that that was the finish to the match, now you visibly see people slapping their thighs. There's a video that I'm going to put in this video of Adam Cole, I believe it was Ricochet or Pete Dunne. He was kicking him. He was about to kick him from a backflip or something. And WWE took a still shot of it, and it was literally Adam Cole with his hand up, getting ready to slap. What? Check this out. I'm on YouTube looking at something, and my wife, we saw this still shot of this, triple threat match, and look at the still. You know, he's about to do a super kick, and my wife said, "Man, they about to hit their leg hard as hell." Oh, that is so funny. But this kind of show you some of the things I don't like, but this is just funny to me. She crazy. What does that say? I do a lot of wrestling shows. So one of my homies' son, he does kicks too. He act like he's kicking the wrestlers, and he start slapping his knees and stuff. What does that say when a little kid does it, and a little kid sees it, and they mimic it? We do not have to thigh slap every strike, every punch, every kick, every knee, every headbutt. it could be used if it's not obvious to me. Um, One of the guys that I wrestle with, my guy, he does it very well to the point that you don't see it. So people react to it when they hear it. But I've seen people just slap, 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 shoulder tackle, slap, 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 slap. I've seen a guy, he was stomping somebody and was slapping his knee visibly like this. And he wasn't singing a two-step country song. I do think it's ridiculous. I don't know if they're going to find them or not, but the fact that there's even a rumor of people getting fined for slapping your leg or your thigh or whatever, I think it's ridiculous. And you're supposed to slap the opposite leg from the one that you're kicking so nobody see how much emphasis it is on the arm or the leg. But the issue is, people, it's right there. As soon as you see somebody running, here comes the knees. Like, come on, man. Like, every strike does not have a slap sound. Every punch does not have a slap sound. You watch UFC, you watch boxing, sometimes these hooks, these hits and stuff, sometimes you don't hear them, but you know that how devastating they are. I do believe that people just need to slow it down, like calm it down a little bit. You don't need to slap everything. Everything doesn't need to be slapped. You've seen people wrestle and they go to the back and like their leg is red. Like they got chopped, but their leg is red because of all the slapping that they're doing. It's just, to me, I do think that it's getting ridiculous. What else? There's the announcement that Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan are going to be co-hosts for WrestleMania. Now, as much as many of us don't care for Hogan like that anymore, many of us do care for Titus because of the philanthropy work he does, the charity work he does, the donations, everything he does with his mom. And we know that Titus is big deal in Tampa, and also know that obviously Hulk Hogan is a big deal in Tampa. But I just don't think that that's a good idea to pair these guys. You know, and it's like I just want to say poor Titus, but I don't know. I'm not in Titus's mind, but Titus spoke up and liked a lot of tweets when people were upset with how Hogan did his thing. Now, WWE is not shy from forgiving racists or people that were inappropriate. So this isn't new that WWE decided to bring him back. But with the person that they're pairing him up with, I kind of don't like, And like I said, I know Titus is like a great ambassador for WWE. He does a lot of things. And, he's inspirational scriptural quotes on Instagram. They get me through the day sometime. But it's like, man, I just think he just got the short end of the stick to host with Hogan, and it's like, who knows? One might host one day, the other might host the other. They might not even be by each other, but I just like, I don't think this is just a good idea. It's just like, oh, well, we know that Titus might be a hard worker, and, he might do it. He'll have a smile on his face. I think this is a good opportunity for Titus. I just wish that it wasn't with Hulk Hogan. My opinions, if you forgive him, I forgive everybody, but it's just like, you watch people, you give people a side eye and stuff like that. For him to even say, like, aren't we all racist, that just shows you what many people of color go through. Because some people think like that and some people operate like that or, function like that. I personally don't, but hey, it is what it is. Another topic I wanted to talk about was Andrade being released. He's been asking for it and he's gotten it. Couple things about this. He says he's happy. I'm happy for him. A lot of us got to realize, I know that WWE is a dream job. You get the money, you get the press, you get the PR, you get the toys, you get the video game coverage, you get the World Series, you get all of that stuff. But sometimes they don't have stuff for you, and unfortunately the pettiness and professionalism, they never see eye to eye in almost any company. So it's like, a lot of people think that he was punished because of what Vega did. I don't know. I'm not behind that. Like I said, I don't try to go off of the scoop of what's going on back there and stuff like that. But he got his release. I believe it's been, 5-6 months since he wrestled. And he finally got it. There's talks about why Charlotte isn't on the WrestleMania card. I know she got COVID. I pray she recovers 100%. These are the things that we just got to cover about these guys. It's just that, like, sometimes they're not going to release you because you have contractual obligations. I believe it was one of the guys from FTR. He got injured, and then he had to take some months off. So then when he returned, he wanted to release, but he couldn't get released immediately. He had to work those dates. Same thing with Brody Lee. I believe Brody Lee got injured for a little bit, and he wanted out, and he had to fill those contracts. See, this is the thing about having lawyers and even understanding what it is. You know, some people just aren't going to be let go because these guys put so much money and they invest in you. I'm not saying that it's right that they do that, but at the same time, if you sign a contract to say you're supposed to wrestle for 5 years and you only wrestle for 4 years and 6 months and get injured the last 6 months, most likely you're going to have to work those 6 months, or some kind of thing or agreement is going to happen. You know, you always have to make sure you look at your contracts. You always have to make sure. And I'm sure he's going to be big wherever he goes, Mexico, Japan, AEW. The guy is very talented. I was very impressed with the guy. You know, I'm impressed with a lot of the guys. You know, with being released, like I said, these are the things that you do have to think about. You know, I don't think it's going to affect Charlotte's standing with the company, because to a lot of people, myself included, Charlotte is the #1 female wrestler in the world right now. So with that being said, we'll just see how that plays out. I just wanted to drop a video of a couple of my thoughts. My baby sleeps, so I just wanted to do something. I wanted to try to keep pushing out the content. I see that the recaps, they don't get a lot of views like the other things, so I think that you guys really rock with the fact that I tell my opinion of where I'm coming from and give my 2 cents on certain situations. So I'm going to try to do this more often. I still got the Versus series with the moves. I still got to say what I like and what I don't like about Impact Wrestling. And I also got to review my wrestling show. That is up on C3 Wrestling YouTube page. You guys should subscribe, watch, comment, and tell me who your favorite C3 Wrestling superstar is. Once again, this is Chris Classic, and let's take it home.